actually, when we were coming back from Scotland. We've obviously been through Christmas, so we spent that with family.
So while we were visiting Steph's family over on the Isle of Wight, we thought it'd be cool to see what it'd be like to van life for a few days. We've looked around when we visited previously, but there didn't seem to be like tons of places you could stay. Anyway, we found a real gem of a spot to start off with, which was a RNLI owned car park in Bembridge, which is a few miles from one of the island's major towns, Rye. Of course, my enthusiasm for Bembridge has nothing to do with the fact that they've now got a fully operating craft brewery tap room there and pizza joint, somewhere I'll have to visit again and again in the future. Next up, we parked not far from where Steph's mum lives in Cowes, along Gurnard seafront, and this was really lovely and peaceful actually. Very, very quiet overnight, couple of dog walkers in the morning, but yeah, lovely overnight stop. After that we drove to Ventnor. Now Ventnor's on the southern part of the island. Again, lovely place, but it tipped down the entire 24 hours we were there, so really all we've got is a couple of shots of the car park. After that, it was back on the ferry and back over to the mainland.
And we've done a bit of pet sitting. We've got a little pet sitting business, so we spent a few days with some lovely dogs, giving them lots of cuddles and walks, so that was great.
So in other news, we treated ourselves to some new bedding for the van, which doesn't sound very exciting, but it's totally cool, so we'll tell you about that in a minute. And as you can see, I'm bespectacled now. And this technically means, well, the rest of you are safer on the road now, so which is good news for everybody, I think.
So it turns out that duvets are absolutely fab. They're kind of like a sleeping bag, but they've got a thin memory foam mattress at the bottom, and one side of the duvet isn't attached, so you can scrumple that around you, get super cozy in the middle of the night, and no drafts.
So we just parked up today at what must be one of the coolest overnight park ups I think we've ever been to. As you can see behind me there, there's a rather famous monument there. Weather's been a bit grim here today by Stonehenge. It's been a bit dreich, as the Scots might say, but mists have just lifted now, so I'm just gonna have a little wander around. We did get some lovely photos and some drone footage as well before the bad weather set in, but yeah, great way to start the new year and van lifing for 2022. So obviously Stonehenge doesn't really need any introduction, but the more you think about this pile of stones, how they got there and who put them there, the more the whole place starts to blow your mind, to be honest. It's quite expensive to get into the monument. It's about 20 quid to do that through the visitor centre, but there is a public footpath which runs around the outside. As we've paid to get in before, we took advantage of the free footpath this time, and it was really cool. Chilly definitely enjoyed herself. So the other cool thing about Stonehenge is that the site itself just sits within a greater landscape of archaeological sort of finds. So there's 300 barrows in and around the area, ancient sort of burial mounds, which are fascinating that you can walk around as well. So yeah, first time we visited, we never really realised the history of the area encapsulating Stonehenge as well. There's like a huge earthwork here which surrounds the area where the people who may have built Stonehenge lived. And just to the side of me here, which I'll show you in a second, is Woodhenge, which is maybe Stonehenge's slightly less famous neighbour. So, good morning everyone. What a gorgeous day it is today in Portland. A bit different from yesterday, it was all misty and a bit drizzly and a bit dreich. What a cool morning we've had as well. So, on getting up, we've gone for a little walk. We've parked up between the High Verne Battery and Fancy's Farm. The battery is really interesting, so we've had a good walk around there, so that sort of fulfilled my sort of history curiosity for the morning. So Verne High Angle Battery is situated really high up on the hillside, and it was designed so the guns that were situated there could lob bombs onto any potential invading ships, and thereby getting past the armour on them. It was also cool to visit the tunnels underneath the battery and the magazine. These are known as the ghost tunnels to locals because of the strange noises which can be heard coming from them. Ooh. In fact, all joking aside, we did scarper out of one because it got a bit too dark even with the iPhone torch on. Then we were freaked out even further because Chili was already behaving a bit strangely. He just stopped and started staring into the distance. I figured it was time to leave.
On this side, there's just loads of wallabies, which is not really what you expect to see in the southwest of England.
So we woke up outside of Fancy's farm next to these cool guys. Apparently they got some little babies, but we didn't see any. The place was closed unfortunately, but when it's open you can pay and feed the animals.
So yeah, we're off for a little spin now to a famous landmark on Portland, and we'll come back from there. That's right folks, we're off to see Portland Bill. No, not that dude. So the real Portland Bill is in fact a lighthouse on the southern end of Portland, and it's given safe passage through what's proven to be some pretty treacherous waters over the years, and just neighbouring it is the cool Pulpit Rock. Morning everyone. So lovely around Portland. We decided to stay an extra night last night and woken up to this lovely vista this morning. Another free park up, which was great, and plenty of vans around here taking advantage of it too. Just gonna have a little wander now with Chili before we set off and head a bit further west.
So this little park was about 100 yards away from where we were parked up. These are the Olympic rings because Portland was part of the 2012 Olympic Games. And stunning view across Chesil Beach.
Next stop for us was Lyme Regis. It's a really cute little town this, and there's some real cool history there, lots of fossils and things. Didn't stay for long, didn't stay overnight, but we will be visiting this area again. It was really pretty.
Morning. So we had a lovely night last night. We're near Sidmouth in a little Forestry Commission car park. Pretty busy with dog walkers, but no one else here but us through the night. Pretty cold last night. There was frost on the ground, but nice and cosy here in the van. So we're gonna keep heading over towards Falmouth, which is our bit of a destination for Chris's birthday. Got a bit of a treat for him down there, and we need to stay on a CL site tonight because we need to fill up the water, dump our waste, all those sorts of things. So we've just pulled into a lovely little campsite called the Riverside Camping Park, and it's just outside of Plymouth. I've just come out with Chili, and we're right next to the river here. It's a lovely little walk to take her along. Still absolutely gorgeous as well. Good thing is the caravan site's also got a laundry, so we can get all our washing done. Had a bit of trouble finding somewhere actually this morning. Rung around quite a few CL sites, and they were either not open or fully booked, which is really surprising to say it's, you know, middle of January. But in the end I thought, oh well, give a campsite a ring, thinking that they probably wouldn't be open, and they were. So yeah, really good luck, and really nice site.
So we paid about 30 quid, I think, for the night. That's about the going rate really though for a campsite that's so close to the city.
So we're at checkout time from our campsite. I'd like to say we've filled up and maxed out the electric, but unfortunately we've lost the adapter that plugs our hose onto the tap, so we haven't got a full tank of water. We've got a few bottles, so we need to get one of those next time we're out shopping. Chris, as you can see, is all shaved up. He's had his once a year bath, shower, so ready to go.
So, just pulled up into the car park in Mevagissey. So this is just like a public car park on the side of the road. It's 10 quid for us to park from now, which is around about 12:30 until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we are going to have a little wander into town now, and maybe pint and a pasty might be due, and a little wander around the shops and things. So. So the lovely thing about so many of these little Cornish sort of seaside towns, much like it was in Scotland, is they are still working harbours. And of course the law has to be, when you go to Cornwall, you should have to eat a Cornish pasty. If that isn't law, it should be.
Thanks for watching our first vlog of 2022. More of our southwest journey will be coming soon.
Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. It costs nothing, and if you click the notification, then you'll be notified of any further journeys. We've got a lot planned for this year. We should have a very exciting van year, provided COVID behaves. So yeah, lots of cool things coming up. But thanks again.